Hey guys, Wiregrass Pyro. And if y'all want to see what's in this, stick around. As you can see, we have the TNT Fireworks Super Assortment. We're going to go ahead and unbox this, and we're going to give our own breakdown of whether or not we think this is worth the money. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into this one. As you can see, we got it open. I did go ahead and already count these. Now, we do have some Roman candles on the side, as well as some ground blooms, as well as a pack of more Morning Glory sparklers. I counted these as one. I counted the Roman candles as one for each. The pack of Morning Glories right here at the top, I counted as one. And then the actual Sky Shooters up here at the top, it is a box of 3. I counted those as one each for a total of 17 items. When you do the math, it comes out to about $4.10 each per item. So if you're happy with that, this might actually be the box for you. But if you're not happy paying that for some of these, I would definitely suggest going something a little on the higher side. So the first thing we are going to look at though is we're going to grab it, like I said, the 3-pack of the Sky Shooters. So let's go ahead and crack some of these open right here for you if we can't get this up and going. Now these are the same that were in the Mercury unboxing that I did do, and as you can see, it's nothing crazy. Now I did look at some videos on these, and some of these are they're mostly like single shot Roman candles, a little bit larger bore. So some of them have the rising tails to them or the crackling tails. But other than that, I'm kind of excited to shoot these ones off because I actually think these might actually perform really well regardless of their size. Got a pretty long fuse on it. It's about 2 inches, so you got plenty of time to light this off and step back a little bit to enjoy the show. Up next, up here towards the top, we have the Blue Star with crackle and silver fish. It's a small display shell. It's really light, like very, very light. Now that is about a 1 to 1 1/4 bore, maybe even a 1 1/2. But to me, this is super light. So I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this one. And then moving on to the next shell that we have up here at the top, we do have the multicolor star with chrysanthemum. Now this one is a lot heavier than that first one that we just looked at over here on this side. This is probably 2 to 3 times the weight. Now I can feel that it is a little loose in there. So let's actually open that up and just get an eyeball on the inside of that bore to see what's down in there. So yeah, what it is we actually have a piece of cardboard around it to keep the tube in the inside from actually shifting around. So that is actually a really small, probably about a 1-inch bore, maybe a 3/4 inch bore single shot right there at the top. So that is why that was a little bit loose right there. It is that cardboard. So we'll stick that back down in there and get it to how it should be. And there we go, it gets rid of that wiggle. Moving on to the next one. It's another light one. We have a crackling and red star, small display shell. I'm assuming it's going to be about the same thing as those ones that were over there. But with these, I'm not expecting a whole lot about these ones. I actually think these ones might perform a little less than those single shot mini display shells that we had on the Mercury video. But we'll know that as soon as this burn ban lifts up and we can actually shoot these off. Up next, we have the 4th and final small display shell. We have the crackling star with silverfish and blue. Now, with that being silverfish, it makes me wonder if this is an actual true fish effect or if it is going to be something really small and they're just calling it a fish effect, because we all know that a fish effect is super hard to get into a firework that is, smaller than a 350 or even a 500 gram cake. Usually those are going to come into your more premium artillery festival balls or your canister shells. So it'd be kind of hard to fit that into something like this, especially something that doesn't weigh that much. Up next, along this backside, we do have our 4-pack of our ground bloom flowers. Well, we're all familiar with these. These are classics. You know, you just light them on the ground on someplace flat, doesn't have a whole lot of rocks or grass or anything like that, preferably on concrete. You'll get the best effect. They'll spin on the ground and emit some flames and sparks, and you know that's pretty much going to be the gist of it. They will stay on the ground, they're not going to go flying through the air, but these are definitely a classic. Almost every assortment that is out there that you're paying 50 bucks for or more is going to include these. Up next, we do have the Raging Zombies Fountain. As you can see down here, it does emit showers of sparks. Now I have looked at these. The performance on this one is a colorful star with white flower and silver crackle chrysanthemum. Now it does say that the colors included are red, green, white, and purple. Now I did look at the video of these. I've never actually shot this one off yet, but I didn't see a purple in it. The first, I'd probably say half, does have a lot of the red and green, and then the second half actually does have a lot of strobing white. But unfortunately, I didn't really see much in the purple department when I actually looked at that video. So we'll actually put this to the test and see just as soon as we can. And this is also, you can see right here, it does have the SNS. This is the Safe and Sane, so this is legal in California. And then we're going to move on. We're going to come up to the little 2-pack that we have here. This one's got a little bit of weight to it, but it is the exclusive, I'm assuming probably for this assortment, but I'm not 100% sure, but it is a 42 shot Silver Stars Barrage. Now this has a little bit of weight. It is bottom heavy. I did look at the video for this one as well, since I have never actually shot this one either, and this actually looks and performs much like a Roman candle. So for anybody who's wanting the performance on that, that's kind of what I got out of this. It was bright colored white, but it was more of a Roman candle effect. Moving on, we have the Magic Dragon. Let's cover that fuse back up right there on the side. I have never shot this one. I couldn't find any videos on this one. I'm not even really sure how many shots it is, so let's actually cut this one open, see what we got here. Now this does say, let's see, that is a single bore. It goes all the way down. Looks like they start packing it about halfway, so about right here. From here down is where the packing is. Everything from here up is pretty empty. So I would probably assume, if I had to put a number on this, I'd probably say it's anywhere between a 10 and a 20 shot if it is going to perform the same as the Silver Stars Barrage in the back. Then we have our, Morning Glories. We all know what these are. We have 5 of them here as well, so this is pretty much the same as the Mercury assortment. Now this is another Safe and Sane, as you can see right there by my thumb. So this is something else that you can use in California. I did count that as one item by itself. And then moving on up to the next thing, this is probably the biggest item in this assortment other than the festival balls, but it is the 13 shot Blazing Skies. It says it shoots flaming balls, and the performance is 13 shots of red tail up with red stars. Now I know it's got that picture right there, but that picture is nowhere near the performance. I have actually shot this one. For those of you that are curious about this one almost performs like the tails that you get from a Phantom Toot and Twirl. That is kind of what these are similar to. Now there's no crackling effect, at least not the last time I saw this and shot it off, but it did have a pretty good tail, and it was actually a very, very beautiful red. So for those of you that like tails on their reports, this might be a good cake for you. Moving on over here, next we have some TNT Mad Dog Roman candles. Now these are the 10 ball. Nothing spectacular, just your traditional Roman candles. These are more of a filler item in here as well, which I'm actually okay with because I really do enjoy Roman candles. I usually have a rack that contains over 100 Roman candles when I do my shows, and they're usually much larger than this, but these ones, you can't go wrong with them. Mad Dog Roman candles actually a really good 10 ball. So these right here, they didn't have to put them in, but I'm actually kind of happy that they did because it's definitely a little bit more bang for your buck. And then last but not least, we have our TNT festival ball, 6 assorted display shells. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna open these up and see if these are gonna be our real ones or if these are gonna be our air quote fake ones. And basically all fake is gonna mean to me is it's just mostly just air. A lot of wiggle room in there, but we're gonna crack it open and see what we got. So as you can see, it comes with our, our typical cardboard tube. This is about our 1.5, 1.75 inner diameter right there. This is going to be, just good for the 6 balls that actually come in this. It is stapled at the bottom, and it looks like we have a plastic plug, so there's no concrete in this one. It is just strictly plastic, so pretty much as soon as this case right here gets used, you're gonna have to throw this one away. Pretty much I would never suggest reusing this. Moving on to the balls themselves, they do get a little bit of weight to them. You can't really push them in, so that's actually a plus. It lets me know that they're packed in there and they're not, jipping you for size. So unless this is nothing but cardboard around here, but I don't think it would be the cardboard wrapping paper. These actually feel relatively heavy. But with that said, that's what you get in the TNT Super Assortment. As you can see, each one of these have a different string on them. We got the 2 reds, the 2 whites, and the 2 greens. So that's probably going to be your effects right there. I'm not sure which ones would be which, but you do have some pictures on there, but those pictures are going to be nowhere near your performance. So like I said though, this is your TNT Super Assortment. If you guys are happy with this and you're willing to pay the $4.10 per item, like I said, I did count all of this right here as one, then let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, and let me know if this is something you guys would buy. I actually did come up on a piece of property that I can use to shoot all this off. It's a little bit closer to home, so as soon as we get some rain, which should be coming in the next week or two, we'll actually start being able to light some of this stuff off, because I know you guys have been very patient and I really appreciate you sticking around for these videos. But other than that, guys, make sure you practice safe fireworks and always have a blast.